Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired, celebrating 70 years of advocacy, empowerment, and service. Denise Jess, Executive Director.
When the Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired was founded in 1952, many of the tools and technologies that those of us with vision loss use on a day-to-day basis were not yet created. Yet our founders had a vision for what life could be like for those of us living with vision impairment, because they too were people who were blind and visually impaired and wanted to live full and vibrant lives.
A group of people tubing on a body of water.
Now, 70 years later, I am so proud to be a part of this incredible organization, striving every day to break down barriers and to create the important changes that allow us to live with dignity and from a place of empowerment. We have lots of work to do yet to fully achieve our vision for greater equity, and yet every day we make incremental steps forward through services, through teaching, through getting important technologies and skills into the hands of those of us living with vision impairment, through breaking down barriers and changing policy to create a more equitable, inclusive, and accessible world for people in Wisconsin living with vision loss.
Rhonda Stotts, Secretary, Board of Directors.
My first contact with the council came when I was 3 years old. I was attending a preschool program at the Wisconsin School for the Visually Handicapped, and several of the council founding members were there as well. It was the first time in my life that I'd met successful blind adults.
A man standing at a small table giving a presentation to people seated at round tables.
From the very start, public policy advocacy has been a key point in the council's mission.
Two women sitting at a table in a state capitol hearing room.
In my experience, 3 council-sponsored bills have become law. I consider this to be a terrific achievement by a small organization such as ours.
Nick Sinram, Chair, Board of Directors.
So the founding of the Sharper Vision store back in the 1960s was really pivotal for the council. Not only does it allow people to access the assistive technology and the other resources that they need, but it's also a front door for people to access all of our other services that the council provides. The really interesting thing about the Sharper Vision store is that, a lot of the shoppers are actually fully sighted individuals, and so it's really a great resource not only to, help provide resources for people experiencing vision loss, but also to educate, their family and loved ones and just the general public about the obstacles and barriers faced by people with low vision.
A group of people shopping in the Sharper Vision store viewed from above.
My life really could have gone in a very different direction. Easily could have been put in, a special education class and just kind of forgotten about. But thanks to, the skills that I learned from different vision services providers, I was really able to reach my full potential and not only, find gainful employment, but be financially stable and able to advocate for myself. So it's really helped me to be involved with all the things that I want to do. So vision services here at the council continues to evolve. It's less about adapting to the ways that you can't interact with the rest of the sighted world and more about attaining equity and empowering yourself to close that gap. And really the council is leading the charge in that regards and trying to encourage people to set ambitious goals and then achieve them.
A group of people on a birding outing standing on a wooden bridge. Melinda Drayson, longtime client.
My first experience with the council was when I was 8 years old. I was newly diagnosed with the juvenile form of macular degeneration, and it was at that point that my mom and I were referred to a low vision clinic down in Janesville, where I was handed my first magnifier and basically told that I would still be able to enjoy reading. I've always relied a lot on the council for a lot of products and services. One thing that I've grown pretty fond of the last few years is the technology classes that are offered. It's during those technology classes where I've had the opportunity to learn a lot about developing technology, because I'm usually not one to necessarily go and seek out that stuff on my own. So I've been able to learn how to do everything from reading documents while I'm working at my job to things that help me at home, like assistive technology to help me cook, or grocery delivery apps, which have become really important since COVID.
Archival photo of a woman assisting a man using a video magnifier.
The council has always been a background guiding influence in my life. I might go months without needing products or services, but when I start to struggle in life, I know that they're always there. I know that's when it's always time for me to come back, because they always are able to not only provide support, but also resources, products, information to help me keep moving forward and have the life that I want.
During our 70th anniversary year here at the Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired, please join us in celebrating our progress towards a more equitable, accessible, and inclusive future for all people in Wisconsin living with vision loss.
Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired. Learn more about us at wcblind.org.